show every night.
We just started filming Wednesday season 2.
Of what? Oh.
I don't know how to make
Wednesday
that any more clear.
Filming season 2. It's season 2 of Bridgerton.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Hello and welcome to Hardly Working, the show about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm Kelly.
And I'm SP. Now, as we jump into the show, we typically keep this show, Hardly Working, a bit lighthearted and save the heavier stuff for Hardly Working through it. But we did want to have one little moment here before we jumped into all the fun stuff. We wanted to introduce you to our buddy Otto. He's going to be hanging in the studio with us all around, so you may see his photos here over by Kelly, over by me. He'll be working his way around. But Otto is our little buddy, 3 years, 3 months old. And unfortunately, we lost Otto this week. He was the son of and still is the son of our good friends, Braden and Jansen. And unfortunately, we lost him earlier this week. Yeah. And not only are Jansen, Braden, and Hollis and Otto a part of our family, we consider them family, but they're certainly a part of the Hardly Working family as well. So we just want to introduce you to our little buddy and let you know that if you see his face around the studio, it's because we love him and we miss him, and we want him to continue to be a part of our memories and a part of what we're doing here in the studio. Yeah. You just had some time with him a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I just they live in Salt Lake. We go out to Salt Lake quite a bit, as you guys probably know. And every time we go out to Salt Lake, I love Jansen. She always makes a point to come and see us. Sorry, which I love it because I love her. But yeah, she just brought up Hollis and Otto at not the last conference, but the last conference you hosted in like March or April.
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
And I just, they were asking for memories and stuff, and I realized I didn't share anything, so I thought I'd share a memory here the best that I can. But is the most recent one. I mean, we've done a bunch of stuff with them. We've gone to Universal. We've gone to Disneyland. Yeah. They've come out here. Jansen went with me to the Taylor Swift, us to the Taylor Swift concert. But they came out. So there's these things in Salt Lake. They're called Utah truffles. They're mint truffles. They are my favorite. And the kiddos brought me a whole bag. So Jansen came up and brought the kids, and the kids gave me a whole bag of chocolate mint truffles, and Otto kept being like, "That's for you. You got to take that. That's for you." And Jansen and I were hanging out in SP's green room, and they were just being kids, having so much fun. They were running around. They were making I guess you can't make a fort in a green room, but if you could think about making a fort, like they hid behind a couple of chairs, and this was like, this is our place. And they had a quote unquote stolen like a bag of Smart Poppin' pretzels, and we're eating it. And it was so cute because Hollis was like, "We're here, we're playing, we're doing this." And then every couple of minutes, Otto would like pop out and be like, "Here's popcorn." He'd like give me like a little piece of popcorn to me or Jansen, and we'd eat it or put it off to the side, whatever felt right in the moment. But he's like a good kid, cute kid, and also really loved his mama. He kept trying to protect her too, I felt like, because he kept taking forks and like going up to the door and being like, "I'm locking it, mama. I'm locking it." And we'd like lock the door. It was so funny and so cute. But they're sweet, sweet family. We love them a lot. We got to see them this last week. But yeah, we just love them and love Otto Boy. So he's going to be right here behind me for a while. So if you see that, just know that's little Otto. That's actually their whole family. Braden and Jansen are at the top. Hollis is down here at the bottom. And then obviously Otto's in every picture. But he was a good little cute guy.
Yeah. So if you're the praying type, send, some love, some prayer, some good vibes their way as they kind of process through that. But, this show's always been about giving people some light and levity, but it's also about life and love and labor. And sometimes life happens and life changes in a moment. So we just want to take a second and just remember our buddy and send some love their way. Now, there's no easy way to transition from that to the silliness of a normal Hardly Working. But also, like I said, part of the reason we do this show is to give some life, levity, and light to people's lives if they're going through a struggle, to be able to tune out for a little bit what's happening in the world and just get into some silly stories, some silly games, some silly opinions, and just have an hour to enjoy themselves. So that's what we're going to do, just like we do every week.
Yeah.
You ready to jump in?
Yeah. And I'll say, Jansen, if you're listening, because I know that you listen all the time, we love you. We hope this gives you just a little bit of a break and some fun in your day.
Yeah, me too. Ditto. So I'm really excited about this episode because we haven't played a game in a while.
Yeah.
And I put together a game, but I'll explain it later. So first, it's been a minute since we've been in the studio, which I feel like we always say. except it's true because so much life happens from episode to episode. So a couple of things that happened. Quick update on the car crash, house flood, all that stuff. We should be getting Kellie's car back here
Today.
hopefully today. We shall see. So that will put an end to that, I hope, unless there's problems after. We'll keep you updated. House flood, the ceilings came down, the ceilings went back up. We tore out some carpet when we got back after about a week of being on the road. So hopefully we'll be getting all of that out, putting some new flooring in there. And it's been a month since I've been at home.
Yep.
And a little bit less for you because you were there for maybe 5-6 days after I left. But we've been out of our place for a month, and I'm hoping that within the next couple weeks, we might be moving back into our places and spaces, which would be great.
Let's hope.
That's a little life update, but there's also some work, some labor part updates. You had a big gig this week.
I did. Sorry, I did a big gig for Braden and his family's company. So we were out in Salt Lake for that. But it was fun. We do this gig. Well, I did this gig last year. They do this gig every year, but not to brag, but remember we were talking about SP was like, I got to be in the room, or what would not be in the room.
I did the event with former President George W. Bush.
And I know it's not quite the same, but not to one up you, but the keynote speaker of this event was Michelle Obama.
Not ever the president.
I know, but I did become buddy with the Secret Service.
That's pretty cool.
Just a little bit.
That's really not many people can't say that.
Mm-hmm. And then Tucker is the guy that goes ahead, I think. And I don't know. It doesn't really matter. You guys probably never meet him. So I'm just kidding. That was really mean. I'm so sorry. They're nice, though. Got to meet them. There's a bunch of people there. Dwayne Wade, he's a basketball player. You can tell that I know sports.
Yeah. With
Lindsey
such
Vonn,
confidence.
Olympian.
Uh-huh.
In snowboarding.
President CEO of Porsche, I think, was there.
Oh, he was really nice.
Yeah.
Like really, really nice. President and CEO of Delta, all different people, but Delta, Amex, and Hilton were there. It was like my 3 places all coming together in one place. It was very odd and very weird, but really cool. All really nice people for the most part. Yeah. Those 3 were very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, like any gig.
And
you
then
got some nice and not nice.
And then the creme de la creme. The dream of every young, or now I guess old millennial girl, because we're all old.
Elder millennial, yeah.
Elder millennial. The Backstreet Boys were the concert that evening.
Uh-huh.
And I got to meet them.
Yeah, you did.
And boy, can I tell you, for all of you out there who love the Backstreet Boys, you should keep loving them. They are the nicest dudes you'll ever meet. Like truly super down to earth, super humble, really nice, really great, like performed and like really gave it their all.
Yeah. It sounded
really
great.
low maintenance.
Yeah. They were awesome.
They were great.
Yeah. And that's when you're in the industry. Go ahead.
And they really seem to like each other. And that, like, you don't see that. That was really cool.
Yeah. When you're in the industry, the way that we are, and you work with talent.
Yeah.
And, performing acts and bands and stuff, we don't usually judge them on how well they did because most people are good enough that their performance is good.
Yeah.
You really kind of judge the experience based on how professional and how kind a person or a band or a group or an act is. Mm-hmm. And they were top notch, very kind. Even after a 90-minute show or 75-minute show, they came backstage. The 4 of us gave a standing ovation.
We were with like the agents that booked him for the gig.
Yeah.
So they're like, we should give him a standing ovation. So we did. And they were like, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Yeah. So good to be here. You know,
but like being jokey too and like playful. It was really fun.
Yes. Now, mentioning the Backstreet Boys, that's where I fall into this as well, because I think we didn't even know this until after we recorded the last show that I got hit up by someone in the gig. They were like, hey, we need someone to come fly out and open for the Backstreet Boys. Yeah. And I was like, I'll check if I'll be there. And so I had a gig in Colorado the night before. So I flew out there, did that gig, which was very fun for a client that I've worked with since 2019. Love those gals over there.
Yeah.
And then flew to you and opened for the Backstreet Boys and then got to enjoy the show from backstage with you.
Yeah.
So that was pretty
good.
It was so good. I would go as far as to say, it's all I ever wanted.
Oh my gosh.
It's all I ever needed.
And we're done. I'm just kidding.
So tell me what to do now.
Keep going with the show. Because I
want you.
I don't know why. That's what it always sounds like in my head.
Well, now we're getting copyright flagged. I'm just kidding. But that was good. I'm looking on my list here. Oh, the other thing, we had a big old chili cook-off. We talked about this, I don't know, a month or so ago.
So if you check out your local ICS.
Yeah. No, it was.
And we did. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we sure did. We judged some chili. We had a good time.
I invited my friends Ashley and Jonathan out. It was their first time. They had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really prep them because there was so much stuff going on. I just was like, come on out, and like didn't give any more. My emotional threshold was pretty low.
Yeah,
I was pretty tired.
It was
just in general.
big week.
Then, yeah. But I was like, come on out. And of course, Simone was there. She goes every year. She like works it with my family, which is great. But they came out and I was like, oh, perfect. You made it in time to judge. And they were like, we get to judge. I was like, in my mind, I went, I probably should have told them more.
That. Yeah.
But they were like, okay, like fill us in really quick. And so I
That's
like
what
gave
I
them
love
the
about
lowdown.
them. They're always so down to jump in.
Yeah. And it was so sweet. My dad was like, yeah, let me tell you about it really quick after he'd just done like a whole cooks meeting, or a judges meeting and talked everyone through it. He's like, here you go. Here you go. And they did a good job. They picked like they each picked in their thing was like the top three, not necessarily in the order of the top three, but they picked it. I was like,
pretty
wow, good job, guys.
Yeah. Well, I remember
better than you.
Hey, one time, and I stand by it. Listen, I remember the first time you brought me into one of these and you were like, you're going to judge. And I'm like, I don't know how to judge chili.
Yeah.
I still thought that chili had beans in it, which FYI, it's not supposed to. That's considered a filler.
Yeah. Which I'm going to throw Jonathan under the bus for a second. He did go and erase it from his thing, but I had him judge green chili and red chili. And he wasn't there for the meeting because they were like just rushing in. And one of the comments he left was, no beans. Yeah. They needed beans. And then he sat in the meeting for the next one and they came up to me and they were like, so Jonathan put this and like, can we erase it? And I was like, we'll erase it after. And she was like, I just don't want people to be like, oh my God, who did they like choose to like judge this? They don't even
know about the beans.
They don't. Yeah, they're like they're intent. They don't even know. Like how can I trust that? It was so funny. I was like, it's not that big of a deal. We've had people write worse. Like it's totally fine. But it was just so.
That
funny.
Is kind of my point. Is I remember going, I'm not qualified. I don't know what to do. And then I got in trouble. Not trouble, but Kelly was like, of course he picked the chili that tasted like barbecue. Everyone else put that last.
It was like barbecue, truly barbecue flavor, not chili.
And I was like, hell yeah, this is great. Yeah. This stands out from the rest. It's unique.
Your preference.
It's good.
Whatever your preference is, and that's your preference. You like barbecue, and that's okay.
I do. I'm a person who likes barbecue and mustard, a lot of condiments, except for mayonnaise. I don't do the liquid
and
white
ranch.
stuff, or ranch, or sour cream, or
aioli.
None of that stuff. But anyway, Chili Cook-Off was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was great.
It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting, not to get into the details of it, but like a lot of there's competition chili where you can go to the Worlds and win $25,000, where you have to go by specific rules, and then there's People's Choice chili, which means if you're just there cooking chili, part of your admission, the $20 or $25, gets you chili from whoever's making chili. Yeah. And so people can, I believe they can put whatever they want in it. It doesn't have to follow the rules. So a lot of people go like, well, I don't want to take out the beans or whatever is considered filler or corn or whatever. Yeah, like I'd rather just make the chili the way that
you have to cook with tri-tip. You can't just do like ground beef. Or
there's a lot of rules.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this was the first year that it felt more just like not a chili cook-off competition, but come in, eat some chili, go to the beer garden, check out the food trucks, go look at all the classic cars, hang out and see some of the bands. There's a lot of stuff to do there. Yeah. There was mini horses. There was lots of stuff. Little Sebastians were there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out in the next few years. But it was a good time. Yeah. It was a really good time.
It was great. Check out your local ICS for their next chili cook-off. And try to sneak your way into the judging tent. You probably can't, but you can try.
But if you know Kelly, you probably can. Just tell them Hardly Working sent you, and they'll say, what does
Who's
that
mean? Yeah.
All right, so I want to jump into a game. I mentioned it earlier. It's been a long time since we've played a game, but I just wanted to throw it back in there.
I just don't know that you're going to be able to guess any of these. And he was so thoughtful. He went through and you haven't even described it.
Yeah,
so
I'll describe it. So a couple months ago, I stumbled across this video that described a phrase. I don't know if it was Norwegian or what, but it was somewhere on that side of the world called herkel-derkeling.
Just thought you guys should know that the Scottish have a word for laying around in bed after it's time to get up, and it's called herkel-derkeling. I do be herkling and I do be derkling, and once I've herkled my last derkel in a given morning, I will get up, but I'm a big fan of a herkel-derkel, so.
Sweden.
I was pretty close.
I'm pretty sure it's Sweden.
Herkel-derkeling. Herkel-derkeling means when your alarm goes off or you need to wake up, but you just choose to stay in bed for a while. You're just herkling and derkling, and I do be herkling and I do be Dirkling. And so we've kind of adopted that into our vernacular. Like,
Yeah.
hey, would
I'm
you
gonna
mind if you
Herkle-Dirkle.
took B to school today and I stayed here? Like, I need a Herkle
Seen her
Dirkle a little
Herkle-Dirkle.
bit.
That's going to be me tomorrow.
Is it? You do be Herkling. Anyway.
I do be Dirkling.
But that kind of sparked this idea in me when I came across this list of other slang terms that we wouldn't know here in the States, but people use around the world. So I've got this list of UK to US translations of slang that I have not seen. Kellie's list, she has not seen mine. We're going to give the word, and then we're going to give a second to see if we can guess, and then we've put it in a sentence.
Yeah, and he's already gone ahead and thought of his sentences. Mine are just going to be on the fly, so wish me luck. And sorry.
An actor prepares.
I was busy.
Yeah, you were. All right, so then let me start off.
Sure.
All right, this is UK to US slang translation featuring SP and KR. UK to US SP to KR. First phrase. Argy bargy. Any guesses before the sentence? Argy bargy.
No.
Here's your sentence. There was a couple sitting at the table next to us making a big scene and getting all argy bargy over there.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe arguing or disagreement or a fight.
That is correct. It
I
is
should
a
have just
verbal
said
dispute. Yeah, you got to give it a guess,
I know.
girl. You gotta
I just
give it
didn't
a
want to look
guess.
stupid.
So do you think we could use that and be like, don't you
Argy-bargy?
argy-bargy with me right now?
No,
it
but-
really takes the heat out of the
No,
conflict.
I could be like, they're argy-bargying. Did you see that couple argy-bargying? Bargying in
the
the airport?
ing makes it hard.
Argy-bargying.
Argy-bargying.
Did you see the argy-bargy over there?
Yeah, listen to that argy-bargy.
Yeah, I might use it.
Argy-bargy, we like to party.
This one's dumb because I think you're going to get it.
Okay, hit me with it.
And anti-clockwise.
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 We're doing it in reverse. No?
I mean, can you
Going
be
back
more-
in time.
Okay.
I wish I could take that back.
Let me give you a sentence.
No, I don't even
Stop
want the sentence
guessing.
yet. Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise.
You're crazy. You are anti-clockwise. You are wrong in the head. Okay, give me the sentence. You have to know that I'm going to give it my best shot.
You're
at the
doing
top.
really great. I'm just trying to think of a sentence that makes sense for everyone at home because I think I could give you a sentence that makes sense.
Give it to me, and use argy-bargy with it. They were so stuck in their argy-bargy, they went anti-clockwise.
No, that couple was argy-bargying about the way the toilets flush, but they flush anti-clockwise.
The other way around. They
The other way
flush
around what?
Are you
The
talking
other
about
way
like in
around-
Australians?
I don't know.
In Australians. That sounds
Okay, you can
Hot.
follow the line around the table anti-clockwise.
to go back like in reverse or backwards or around in a circle backwards.
Which is also called you're not walking backwards. If you're not going clockwise, but you're going anti-clockwise, you're going
Back in time.
counterclockwise.
Yeah. I
Not
wasn't gonna
back in time.
I wasn't gonna use the word clockwise. It's in the word.
I
wasn't
know.
gonna
I
use
just
the
did
word
that-
to define it.
That's what it was.
So what is it though?
It's counterclockwise.
Oh, it's simpler than I thought.
Yeah.
Remember when you're like, this is stupid because you're gonna get it.
I guess you didn't. Well, I was like, it's anti-clockwise. I was thinking to myself, it's in the name.
It's literally the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Time for my
But
next
it's not
one.
going back in time. Let's be clear. It's not going backwards. Like you're not walking backwards.
No.
You're going counterclockwise.
I liked my version. Like I wish I could
Anti-clockwise.
anti-clockwise that. I wish I could go back and not say what I said.
Well, maybe in another place. Who knows?
That's
Who knows?
SP slang. Next one. It's monkeys outside.
It's raining,
Pretty close.
hailing, snowing.
I mean,
Windy.
you're right in the ballpark.
The weather's bad. Weather's crazy.
Pretty much. The sentence would have been, what's the weather going to be today? Is it monkeys outside? Or better bring a jacket. It's monkeys outside.
So what does it mean?
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's
Okay.
cold out. I like that though.
It's monkeys outside,
Which
Brooklyn.
makes sense. Oh my gosh, that was bananas.
Yeah.
It's monkeys outside.
Yeah. Sure. No.
I got accosted by an orangutan. All of those slang phrases that we know.
Yeah, I meant to ask you, are we going to go through all of these or should I start picking the ones that
Oh, I picked 3 to 5 like the assignment was.
you didn't tell me 3 to 5. I just need you to
Oh,
know.
I only did 3 to 5 times.
Well,
really and truly. So
I was busy.
you go pick your next word and I'll stall. Because you know why? Ladies and gentlemen, it's monkeys outside. It's actually not. It's pretty lovely here. You got one? Was that enough time for you?
No, it was enough time. I just wanted one and then I didn't know. Fairy lights.
Okay. Fairy lights. Like tea lights.
Close.
Okay, fairy lights, like lightning bugs. Okay, so let me break it down. I know that in the UK they call cotton candy fairy floss, which is weird, but a better name. So if fairy floss is candy, fairy lights might be like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so smart.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Great job.
Logic prevailed.
Great job.
That was amazing.
Great job.
Thank you. Wow. Okay, my next one. The phrase is dog's dinner. The password is
Dog's dinner. Is it a noun or a verb?
I mean, it's a phrase. So
But is it doing something or is it describing something?
it is describing something. So kind of more adjective.
Dog's dinner. So then it's
And
like
it describes a thing.
it'd be like a mushy type of food or a mushy type of meal.
No.
Nothing to do with food.
Nothing to do with food.
Okay, give me the sentence.
The sentence is, look at you walking around looking like the dog's dinner. And my tone is a
Oh.
part of it.
Like you look sexy. You look good. You dress to the nines.
Yeah, girl.
Something like
You're
that.
looking, feeling, smelling like $1,000,000.
That's great.
Yes. I don't know why, but it means dressed well. I don't know why you'd be like, that's the cat's pajamas. That's the dog's dinner. He's a tall glass of water.
I guess so.
All things I've never been accused of in my life. But I kind of like that one, the dog's dinner.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
Not bad. Although my first instinct is to think that it's bad.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at too. Is like I would have assumed like, look at you walking in here looking like the dog's dinner.
Yeah,
like
but
my
it's
accent, I'm not
dog's
sure what
dinner.
that was. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like I'm gonna eat you up like some kibble. Gross.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I feel like I should save this for last.
Come on, hit me with it.
Okay.
We'll do a couple more.
Her Majesty's pleasure.
Well, Her Majesty's pleasure. Does it mean it was nothing?
No,
Does it mean
means something.
does it mean is it a sarcastic phrase like
No.
no? Oh, is it like an exclamatory phrase like oh my god, like oh Her Majesty's pleasure? That's really hard to say when you get scared.
No.
It's not an exclamation.
No.
Her Majesty's oh, is it derogatory like
No.
oh bless your heart?
No. Do you want the sentence?
Not yet. Her Majesty's pleasure. Is it inappropriate?
No.
Okay, because that's where my head went first.
I knew it would.
Yeah, well, that's where it always is.
You're never going to guess this because I was like, okay.
Oh, it doesn't mean we should have tea.
No, but you should think more old school, not new school.
So old
Like what would have
queen.
brought their Majesty pleasure
Oh,
back in the day?
oh,
You would never think of the musical Six. but
corgis.
No, that's a good one too. Just the most recent Majesty.
Okay, hit me with the sentence.
For those of you that are knowledgeable about recent events, then you'll understand this. But I feel like JP did unalive Micah, and I hope he gets Her Majesty's pleasure.
Oh, it either means justice or like the beheading or like unalived.
Not unalive, but you're getting close. It's to be imprisoned.
To be imprisoned. You know, I considered talking about the JP Micah story today, but
Now here, I just said it.
okay. Wait, so sorry, I got lost because I was like, that's a juicy story. So it means you said it means like justice being
To
served?
be imprisoned. It literally means to be imprisoned.
To be-
I hope he gets Her Majesty's pleasure.
So
is how I would assume.
I
he
wonder
would
if
say.
that's like a phrase that they use like people use it.
Throw
or
him
if-
in the dungeons. Just kidding.
yeah, or if the judge does that, they're like, I sentence you to quack quack, Her Majesty's pleasure.
Who knows?
He's like, no,
Isn't that funny,
anything
though?
but that.
Isn't that funny? I was like,
Yeah. Wow, interesting. I like that one. All right, I've got 2 left.
oh, okay.
Next one is
So do I.
So do I as I read this and ignore you. Rasher. Rasher. Rasher.
Is that like to get hurt?
No, it is a thing.
Like a rasher.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like a bag.
That's a good guess. It's not close, but you moved away from like skin and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, with the word rash, that's where we go.
Yeah, like a car.
Oh, that might be a crasher. Woof. You want it in a sentence?
Yeah.
All right, Kelly. I know you don't eat turkey rashers, but would you try
Sandwich.
a piece of soy rashers?
Sandwich. Meat.
You're getting closer.
Burger.
So you're like, now you are in
Chips.
the wheelhouse. Nope.
Burger.
It's still not burger, believe it or
Chips.
not.
Meat.
It is a type of meat.
Sorry, I had to put my phone on to disturb because it's going to keep going off.
Let me give it to you one more time. Same sentence. Kelly, I know you don't eat turkey rashers, but would you try a piece of soy rashers?
Turkey legs, soy legs.
So the other sentence I was going to write was, it's a big breakfast complete with
sausage,
eggs, rashers, and toast.
sausage, bacon.
Bacon.
Okay.
Rashers.
I just kept saying meat. I feel like that was right.
It's supposed to be a slice of bacon. I told you that it is a type of meat.
I know. Bacon.
Bacon.
No, I won't try any soy rashers.
You wouldn't? No, you wouldn't. I would. I don't mind soy. All right, I've got one more left, so let's hear yours.
All right. I feel like you know this one though.
That's what you thought about the first one.
Chinwag. No? Are you laughing?
Why would I know that?
I switched it up from the one I thought you know.
Okay, chinwag.
I was going to say gherkin, but I said chinwag instead.
Gherkin? That sounds wild. Oh, so chinwag?
Chinwag.
I think it means to like scold someone, to look down on them or discipline them, to chinwag them.
No.
No? I think it means to chinwag, as we all know, means someone with defined features, particularly like in the jaw area. And it's
Nope.
like, well, if we're going with the original Greek for what chinwag
All right,
means,
let me give you a sentence.
not yet.
Okay. Last time.
Oh, I believe it's we mentioned corgis earlier. I think it is
No.
I heard it said once that it's kind of like when you have like a pet, like a dog, and you're like, oh, he's my little chinwag, isn't he?
No.
Look at his little chinwag.
No. You want a sentence?
Fine.
Well, they have a little argy-bargy.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Why don't we go have a chinwag over here to talk about our plans for the day?
Yeah, have a little beer. Have a little chat.
Have a little chat. A little chat.
I was in a pub when you described it.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's get a beer
Maybe a
and
little
talk about a little
argy-bargy. Let's go have a
argy-bargy.
chinwag.
Oh, that conversation was monkeys.
Yeah.
What was the phrase?
That's cold.
It's monkeys outside.
Yeah, it's cold
She
outside.
sounded monkeys. Very
Yeah, and then
cold.
while we're doing that, maybe we can get some gherkins for Rancan.
Beers?
Gherkins
Pickles.
for Rancan. Yeah.
Pickles?
Pickles. Yeah. Sorry. I have one more that I'll do after
the
your one. more.
gherkin. I've heard
Gherkin.
that from trolls, I think.
Gherkin.
Gherkin.
Yeah.
The bleakin.
I like chinwag.
Chinwag's good.
Let's have a little chinwag over here, mate.
It's too long of a phrase to replace talk or
chat. Let's have a little chinwag, mate.
Let's have a little chinwag.
Over there, argy-bargy. Let's talk about it. Let's chinwag.
Oh, boy.
Have a little chinwag.
I'm kind of into it.
Isn't
Like,
it?
I like...
Here's the deal. When we go back to London this year as a vacation, which was not planned, but it's what I'm going to push for. We should do more of these so that we actually know what we're going to say. We can have some conversations. We can say, look at that argy-bargy over there. Oh, let's have a chinwag. Let's have a chinwag and get some gherkins. And then we can get a butty, which is a sandwich. We can get a butty at the shop.
I didn't know I was doing a podcast with Emma Watson.
Is that what I sound like?
And Blake Lively.
I didn't think it sounds like Emma Watson as much. There is someone that I think that I sound like, but I can't tell you who it is. Maybe at home you can tell me who you
It's
think I am.
Adele. You sound like Adele.
No, she's
or J.K. Rowling.
She's much more. Oh, do not compare me to J.K. Rowling.
Just
We're
the
not
voice.
there. No.
Just the voice.
No, it's not it. It's not what it is. Although today I'm talking less right than I normally do. I don't know.
It's
the
because
term
you
for that
usually
is.
talk in a way that, in your accent, like nonchalant and aloof. And
Yeah,
like you
but
don't
I'm more
care.
relaxed today, so we're going to talk like this a little bit more, and that's okay.
You kind of go out the side of your mouth, too.
A little bit. It's
Like,
okay.
"Man, see, I'm
What's
gonna
wrong
do
with
a
that?
lie."
You can't even do it.
No, I can't.
I let you sum up, but you can't.
I can't. I can't.
You can't.
Whoa.
You have to be very particular about where you place your vowels, and I can't even begin to explain it to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work that way. I can't do it. I don't know how I do this. I just do.
I don't have-
Do I sound legit to you at home, or are you just like shut up because you sound stupid?
I don't have the time or crayons to explain this to you right now.
Oh my gosh.
Alrighty, so I've got one more. and I like it a lot. It is. I'm not sure that I'll say this right, but off. Ready?
Yeah.
Off to Bedfordshire.
With her head. Sorry, off. What?
Off to Bedfordshire.
Bedfordshire?
Bedfordshire are like the 3 syllables.
Off to Bedfordshire with you.
Off to Bedfordshire. For Shire.
It's probably like you're in trouble.
Like
off to Bedfordshire with you.
Or like, get out of here. No.
Or off to bed. Why didn't you just say bed? I don't know.
It actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is going to bed. My phrase was, well, it's been a long day. I'm off to Bedfordshire.
Now I can hear like a mom or a nanny being like, off to Bedfordshire with you. Get. We're having a little chin wag. Get it. Your pants are argy bargy. Yeah.
All right. What's your last one? That's all that I put together.
Know your onions.
So is it like KNOW? Know your onions?
Like, do you know your onions? But that's not the sentence, but like.
Your onions?
Know your onions.
The Onion Man. Do you know the Onion Man? Know your muffins.
Onions.
Sorry.
Know your onions.
Know your onions. Does it mean like know your place?
No.
Does it mean know your onions? Mind your P's and Q's?
No.
Does it mean don't count your chickens before they hatch?
No, I love how you're using other phrases to try to figure out with this. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get warmer. Know your onions. Is it a grocery term?
No.
What is it a term a farmer would use?
No. Maybe, but
okay.
Not exclusively a farmer.
Okay.
Just anyone. Maybe.
Oh, is it like make sure your children are here?
No.
Like know your onions.
No.
All right, give me the sentence.
Do you know your onions? Oh, wait, I have to think about how you say it.
That's a whole sentence that's not helpful
Do you know
at all.
it? Do you know them? What is it? What can I talk about? What is it? When it comes to the upcoming election, do you know your onions?
Okay, that puts me in the ballpark, but it's still confusing. Like
it's because it's kind of a community. Once
do you know who you're voting for?
No, once you know it, I think you'd be like, oh, I understand. It's probably more of a standalone phrase than it is like you use it in a sentence kind of thing. You know your onions? Do you know your onions about corgis?
Do you know a lot about?
Yeah.
Like Bob's your uncle, tippity doo
Yeah, do you know another word for know a lot about?
Are you well versed in onions?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's not educated? In onions. It's are you knowledgeable? That's know your onions. Are you knowledgeable? Do you know your onions?
That's the dumbest one on this list. Know your onions?
You know your onions? You know your onions about that?
Look, I'm gonna have some argy-bargy with you about the onions.
Fun. Like these phrases are so fun. Could you imagine just like, oh yeah, let's go anti-clockwise. Let's have a little chin wag over here of a butty. Oh, you hear that argy-bargy they were having over there the other day? They don't know their onions about anything.
I do like that. I feel like we are British now.
We are.
Hey,
and I hope you get Her Majesty's pleasure later.
Hey.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey, shout out to both of our sets of parents that listen.
Well, that's to be imprisoned. I don't really want you to be imprisoned.
Well, okay. So those are all the ones that I put together.
And you don't like gherkins.
No, I don't like pickles. Although I tried. Okay.
Don't give me any more. Let's play again another day.
With more of the words?
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm closing it down. I knew what you were going to do.
Come back for part 2.
To learn more.
Sometime.
About your British, UK, words.
We'll send you off to Bedfordshire.
So you're ready to go and to visit, and you'll kind of sound like one.
There you go. Perfect.
If you can remember some of the words that we're saying. So remember, if you want to have a chat, you actually want to have a chin wag.
Yep.
Watch Doctor Who. Maybe you'll understand more too, huh? I'm a poet and I didn't know it. All right, next. Let's go.
Cheers. Chinwag. All right, a couple of quick stories. One that's truly very fast. What I was excited when I read the headline. I was like, oh, that's kind of the whole thing. But before that, the first story is this. North Carolina child's, quote, monster in the closet was in fact blank in the wall.
A bear.
50,000 bees.
No,
yes.
no.
50,000 bees. A toddler told her mom that, quote, monsters were in her closet, but in fact, there was more than 50,000 bees.
How'd they find that out? Did they break open the wall or did they have someone come out and check it out? I hope it's this latter.
It was all of that stuff. People checked it out, didn't know what was going on. They were like, why are there like some bees in our room, like, or in our house or in our kids' room and all this stuff? The short of it is they couldn't figure it out until, much like when someone came in with that water meter into the condo and they're like, this is wet. Someone came in with, I don't know, it wasn't a thermal camera, but it's infrared or something. And they're like, yeah, there's a huge hive like in the wall of your daughter's closet.
How does that even happen?
I don't know.
You don't have to have the answers. I was just more of a hypothetical. Like, how does that happen?
I would assume they get in through maybe an air vent or maybe a crack somewhere.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they got to protect the queen. Protect the queen. Her
Majesty's pleasure.
Okay, there's a couple quotes I have to read here, though. When they were scanning it to see what it could be with whatever technology they had, they said, at first, I thought it was a body. I was like, what is that thing? And then they said, I think it's a hive. It said for roughly 8 months, a swarm of honeybees had been building a hive inside this woman's daughter's room. This is my favorite part.
You just say the daughter's room because this woman's daughter's room is a lot. It's a mouthful.
It's actually it's UK slang.
No.
Yeah. The beekeeper that they had come over didn't even have his bee gear on yet, but he took a hammer and knocked into the wall. Bees came swarming out like a horror movie. Here's the quote. There were streams of bees, and the walls where he hit were oozing honey, but it looked like blood because it was really, really dark, running down my daughter's pink walls. So can you imagine?
Yeah, I get
some
it.
dude, he's like, I'm a beekeeper. I'm not even dressed as a beekeeper. Hits your daughter's wall with a hammer. Out comes streams of tens of thousands of bees. And then this gooey, thick horror movie, almost blood-like looking honey is dripping down the pink walls of your. It's like, just think about this, Cal.
No.
What would you have done? You don't want to be around one bee.
I would no longer live there anymore. Thank you very much.
Where would we live? We have no place else to go.
Here's the deal. Here's what I know about bees. Once you take the queen out of the hive will follow the queen. So you just have to take the queen, find the queen, take the queen, and replace them into a new hive.
I feel like you're explaining a board game to me.
But
here's the deal. Find the queen, replace the queen, put it in a new hive, and then you have to find the queen.
To gently find the queen and take the queen and put her into a new hive, and then the other bees will follow because their job is to protect the queen.
Have you seen those videos on TikTok where they're that woman is taking beehives and like saving them?
Yeah.
Oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, actually, this kind of happened a couple months ago where I saw this, where that lady, there was a large hive as well in all of like a ton of walls in a house. And so she was trying to save the queen, but a bunch of the bees were dying because the people that were there had already like sprayed. And so she was really sad about it. But she doesn't wear anything. She just like is. She's like, they won't sting you if you don't bug them.
God save
I'm like,
the
I still think
bees.
that they sting you. But I think she was able to save the queen and some of the hive.
You're supposed to use smoke or something? Confuses them?
Yeah. But these people like actually sprayed with like.
They're like, this will kill the 3 bees we think we have. And then it was a whole hive.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I don't know why we need to save the bees, but I understand that we need to.
They help our environment.
Totally. Did we talk about this? Did you know honey doesn't go bad?
Yeah, I did. We have honey in our house that I'm hoping won't go bad.
But I think I said this to you maybe, but they've like unearthed like Egyptian pharaohs.
And it's still great. It's like
had
perfect.
honey in their tombs, and it's still good.
Yeah.
Yet I can't get it to open every time I try to get honey out. Anyway, I didn't know that. Quick story.
Ready?
Before some opinions. Nearly $40,000 in cash found in restrooms at KFC and a movie theater.
I'm so sorry. At both KFC and a movie theater, or is it a KFC and a movie theater?
That's what I thought. It's not. It's a quick story, so I'll just read kind of the highlights. A money mystery in Marysville has police trying to figure out where nearly $40,000 came from. More than $25,000 was found in a restroom at the Avalon Theater on Sunday, and then Thursday night, more than $12,000 was found in a restroom at a KFC restaurant.
So weird. What for?
They don't know. They think that it's related, but they don't know. Like I said, the story didn't go anywhere, but it was enough of a mystery that I wanted to say it out loud in case someone heard about it later and they're like, I heard about that, the $40,000 in a KFC restroom in a movie theater. So we don't know. But here's the deal. It's not like someone found like an antique worth $40,000 somewhere. It's not like they found a Rolex. This is cash money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it was yours or an heirloom or whatever. Like cash is cash.
Yeah.
who leaves that type of money somewhere?
I don't know.
And if you lose it, like who's
Maybe they were trying to give it. Maybe they were
responsible?
trying to be kind. It was like an influencer who was like, I'm going to leave this behind.
some influencer is like, hey, I I left $25,000 in a bathroom, and if you find it, you can have it.
Basically.
That is,
A nice pay it forward, like a Mr. Beast or something
it
like
is.
that.
It's Mr. Beast. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I suspect it's not good reasons why you'd be.
I don't know, but I'm surprised that
doing
whoever
that?
found it was like turning it in and didn't just take it.
You know, have you ever found money before? Obviously not this amount, but have you ever found like a wallet or cash or something?
I have. I don't take anything out. I've
Me
checked
either.
the ID
Yeah.
and try to get it back for them.
And that's what I do too. But even if I find cash somewhere, for instance, I was at Brooklyn School, I think it was last year at the carnival, and there was like cash on the floor. So I went over to whoever was running it or on the microphone. I was like, hey, just so you know, in case someone comes looking for it, there's like a bunch of cash on the floor, and here it is.
Yeah,
And
I
just
mean,
handed it over.
I have found cash at places and like been like picked it up and been like looked around and kind of been like who's ever and held on to it. Being like if someone comes and asks for it, like places that maybe I've worked or something like that, maybe not worked, but helping with volunteer or whatever. I've definitely taken money like that before, like, but it's been like $5, $20, like max, because there's nowhere to turn it into, just random.
I'm going to turn you in for stealing money. Yeah, I
Off
hope
like
you
a
get the
park
Queen's
floor?
pleasure.
Or like the sidewalk.
No, I get that.
I'll like pick it up and look around and like see if there was someone here and be like, hey, did you drop $20 or something like that? And if no one says
Okay.
anything, guess what?
Let me give
I
you,
just got 20 extra bucks.
Let me give you a scenario. We're at Porter Ranch at the AMC.
Let's have a chin wag.
Yeah, let's chin wag this. Boondoggle it. We're at Porter Ranch, AMC, where Nicole Kidman filmed the AMC
Uh-huh.
Movies Feel Different Here thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We get our popcorn, we get our soda. We're about to go enjoy, I can't even name a movie that's out, but that one. And you say,
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy. I'd like to see Fall Guy, by the way.
Me too. That's why I said it.
Fall Guy. You go, let me hit the restroom before you go in. We go in. And I go in, I sit down, I get everything situated. I got your heating pad ready. I got, like I can rub your feet, all the normal stuff you make me do in the movies.
Yeah.
And you're in the bathroom, you open up the stall, and on the floor is like a paper bag. It's got handles on it. It's kind of open. Like you wouldn't touch it if you thought it was someone's lunch, but it was kind of open.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you sit down, you realize it is full of cash. Just
Yep.
stacks and stacks of $100 bills. What do you do?
I can't say on this podcast.
So you take it.
No.
I hope
wouldn't
you take it to me and you go, forget this movie. We're buying a theater.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would probably turn it in.
Do you turn it into the 17-year-old working at AMC? No, you got to call the cops, right?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, here's the deal. If I'm turning it in though, I'm not just going up to the counter being like, oh, I found this. Here it is. I'm going, hey, this is really weird, but I found this in there. Like, has anybody come up and asked for any money or
So
anything
you
like
don't
that?
tell them what it is.
Yeah.
You say, hey, someone left a bag. And then they go, why are you telling me that there's a bag?
No, but
just
I would,
throw it away.
whatever it is, I'm probably going to wait for the police to come so that I can be there and make sure they don't take it. But also, what stops somebody from not just like, what's the word? It's not ciphering. It's
Siphoning? Like taking some
Siphoning?
off the top?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the question, is the person in this scenario is you. So what's stopping you?
I probably wouldn't because I'm too much of a goody two shoes and I'm a
pretty
rule
big
follower.
rule follower, yeah.
And at the same time, and also I don't need it.
That's a good point.
Like, and I don't mean that in like, oh, we have so much money. I'm just saying like, I don't need it. I'm not I'm not living on the streets. I'm not struggling to feed my child.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We have a crappy situation with our house, but like we're happy, healthy, and okay.
We're not living on the streets, but we also don't have our home or car. And maybe we need $40,000.
Maybe we do need it. No, but you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel. But I always put myself in the situation of what if someone was? What if they're down on their luck and they're just having a terrible time and like they financially they're just really struggling and then they find this big bag of money. Even if you have a good conscience, you might take a couple $100 just to help you get through.
Sure.
Whatever
you might
it
be
is.
like, this is God or the universe looking out for me.
And then if I did that, in that case, I am going 17-year-old. Hey, I found this big bag of cash in the stall.
Hey,
know.
I found this bag. It has like $13.50 in it.
It's very weird.
$13.
You know
I don't know. I figure someone
I'm not
might
gonna have
want
my
it.
name down anywhere. So if they're like, it's actually short,
Oh,
a couple
yeah, tough.
$1,000, I'm gonna be like,
It's short one Honda CRV's worth of money. What's that about?
so weird.
I would like to think that I'd have in my daydreams, I would have a great time with that money. But I know in real life I
we would
couldn't
just turn
take
it in.
it.
Yeah. We'd be like, here's what it is.
That's true.
And you hope that the person who gets it back is like, here's a reward.
It's never the places you think you'll get rewarded, or it's never the gigs you think you'll get tipped. It's always like my mom found a dog in her neighborhood and we figured out its owner. It was just a dog. That dude handed me $500 for doing that. And I was like, Mom, this is for you. She assumed it was like $20. She was like, you can keep it. I was like, it's $500. She was like, I'll take it.
Yeah. Of course she was.
And that was that.
Here's $20 for you.
Yep.
Just kidding.
There you go. Anyway, well, I'm glad we still talked about that story because it was a fun little detour, and hopefully we'll stumble upon some money in a bathroom in an AMC.
Or we won't. No one will ever know.
Yeah. You didn't hear anything. Anything.
That trip to London?
Paid for by presumably the cash left behind for the kidney that was left in the other stall.
Who knows?
Who knows? All right. I've got a couple unpopular opinions for you before we wrap up our time.
Tricky.
First, there's a special place in hell for home sellers who require buyers to waive inspections and contingencies.
Yes.
You know why I brought this up?
Because that was our life.
That we had a real estate agent that was not
From hell. I'll say it. I don't care. I don't particularly like him, and he can come at me, and I don't even care.
It was not.
I'm
great.
not a mean person. I hope you guys know that by now. I just don't like being forced into doing things that you either don't want to explain to me fully, like why this is important, or you like just want to choose to think that I'm dumb and we'll just go along with it. No, thank you. Like I want you. When I tell you that this is where I want to look for a house, or these are my rules, then I want you to follow those things. Don't send me 40 minutes away from where I told you that I'm looking and expect me to be happy when I show up at a house that I'm like, it's 2 bedrooms. This is not what I want.
Yeah. And just because
and it's
you're
40
selling
minutes.
it or whatever, yeah, forget it. Here's what this person said. Seeing as how the purchase of a home is likely the biggest investment the average person or family will make in their lifetime, to not allow them to do the minimal amount of due diligence on their home purchase simply because you can in this crazy housing market is really unconscionable.
Yeah. Our real estate agents wanted, when we were looking for a house in 2021,
something like that, yeah.
Really wanted us to waive. You have 3 contingencies that you can hold to. And the way that they've been described to us, these are your off ramps.
Yeah.
But if something is wrong in either one of these things, it's your off ramps to say, no, we don't want this house anymore because you didn't, like one of these things isn't good enough. You're not following the rules, whatever it is.
Right.
Our real estate agent wanted us to, what was it? What's the word?
Pay like $50,000 over asking and then waive all
3 of these contingencies and was adamant about the fact that no, you'll still have the opportunity to take the off ramp if blah, 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 blah. I was like, but these are the 3 things that protect us to make sure that we know that all the permits are right. The house inspection's okay. Like all of the things are good.
And
so why would I waive them?
It's not just like in good faith. We're like, we'll waive them. And then if something goes wrong, we go. This is a legal document that you sign away your rights to these off ramps.
Yeah.
So it's not like, well, I mean, if you find something bad enough, no, you've lost the right to do it.
And I would say that a house is the biggest purchase that unless you're buying a plane, which you have a lot of money for doing that. This is the biggest purchase that like a normal person will do is buy a home, especially when they're selling. But for like a house, at least in our market, for 750, I don't know, to 1 point something million, you think I'm going to waive my contingencies? And people that require that, I'm like, you're either you're just sketchy.
Yeah, it's an abuse of power in a way.
Yeah.
Also, if you are buying a plane, don't waive your contingencies there either.
Yeah.
You need to inspect the plane. Y'all heard what happened with that door flying off a plane.
That's right.
Don't waive your plane contingencies either.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that wasn't. It was not an enjoyable time.
I wouldn't go so far as to say a special place in hell for them, but I would say it's wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's not fair. I know you want to make your money. And I think that's my problem with the market right now. It's like everyone's like, you can make so much money. And I'm like, yeah, but also like there are some of us that are just wanting to start off and like buy a home.
Yeah.
And for at least in California, for a 3-bedroom, at least in California where we live.
Yeah.
For a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom house to be in the millions.
3-bed, 2-bath.
Sorry, 3-bed, 2 baths to be in the millions right now. That's insane. In 2021, you could find that for like $650.
Oh yeah.
So it's insane. And for a mortgage for anyone's mortgage here to be in between $4,000 and $6,000 a month, please don't make me waive my contingencies.
Right. Also,
that's all I have.
Your mom told me that your grandmother and grandfather bought their house for $17,000, like $17,500 or something.
And they bought it for what, like 100.
I have no idea how much
Can't
they
remember what my
bought it
mom
from
told
them, but
me.
still, like, you used to be able to buy a house here for less than what it costs to buy a car here now.
I think my parents bought their home for $175,000, something like that.
That's
I
like
think
how much our condo cost when the recession hit.
I think she told me that recently, and my response is like, we could buy that now. Like, we could buy that now and be happy. It'd be totally
I
fine.
saw a video, and I forget what the number was. I think the person said, if you are making $130,000 a year, it is the equivalent of what your parents made at $30,000 a year when they were
That's
your
insane.
age. Like, it's just astronomical. Anyway, wanted to bring that up because I knew we had a little experience
Don't
with the
waive
housing
your
stuff.
contingencies.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Next up.
Oh, and I'll say this. Let my brother be the example, which he did not waive his
No, he
contingencies.
didn't, but
They
boy.
just hid things, but they'll hide it from you anyway. But they did not have permits for things. My brother spent the last year
And
having to get
$100,000.
having to sue, having to get permits, having to spend more of his own money just to make the house that he bought that he was already had lived in for like a year, legally
Legal.
compliant.
Yeah.
Because the homeowners before and the realtors chose not to release certain information, and that was with contingencies. So just don't
do it.
have a great realtor, do your own homework, and don't waive your contingencies. And I don't own a home, but those are the things I've learned through the process.
I was just thinking all these like influencers who are like, I'm a real estate influencer, but we don't know. We don't know who these people are.
No.
Or that dude who's like, I'm a dating coach.
He's not a dating coach.
When a woman says no, you don't have to listen to her.
You do have to listen.
Yes,
I just
you
want everyone
do.
to know.
Ugh.
Okay.
The
You
internet's
do
such
have
a
no is
horrible
a complete
place.
sentence.
Boom, baby. That's it.
Thank you,
No is a
Olsons.
complete
All of you.
sentence. I love it. All right, let me do one more and then we'll get on up and out. There's too much stuff in Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
No.
Before you defend your point, let me give you I did a little research on this. Here's what this person said. Ben & Jerry's has great ice cream, but it's hard to taste the great ice cream when you're so busy chewing on all the stuff they put in it. And huge chunks, too.
Yeah.
So what I did is I looked up your favorite Ben & Jerry's to see
Tonight Dough.
how
No.
much. We're talking about, yes, it is the Tonight Dough. We're talking about a pint of ice cream.
Yeah.
It's not big. I'm not talking like a gallon. It is like a full mug's worth of ice cream. Within that ice cream, for your Tonight Dough,
Okay.
it has caramel and chocolate ice creams with chocolate cookie swirls and
That's smart.
gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and peanut butter cookie dough. That is an astronomical
That's
amount of
3
things.
things.
No.
Read me the ice cream flavors.
Caramel and chocolate ice creams.
Yeah, so that's a flavor of ice cream that I'm not counting as.
Heard. Okay, but chocolate cookie swirls is a thing. Gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and peanut butter cookie dough.
That's 3 things.
Look, when I wrote it down, it seemed like a lot.
Here's the deal. I hear you. They do have some that have everything. They have one that's like everything but the kitchen sink, and there's like a ton of stuff
It's
in
just
there.
like everything bagel seasoning. It's like
No,
this
it's
ice cream's
nobody that.
horrible.
But they have other things. I think that here's what I truly think. I think if you want good ice cream that's just ice cream, you eat Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. Did you
Okay.
know Haagen-Dazs is just a made up 2 words? Doesn't even mean anything. They're like, oh, it must be German for ice cream.
It means ice cream in my
It's
mind.
actually UK slang for ice cream.
Haagen-Dazs.
You want some Haagen-Dazs?
But listen, if I want good ice cream, I'm getting vanilla bean. I'm getting coffee flavor.
Ugh.
I'm getting,
Chocolate?
yeah, chocolate's good, but mostly coffee and vanilla from Haagen-Dazs. They're all good.
Coffee.
I like coffee, put a little bit of caramel on top. Chef's kiss. I don't like it. But like when I want good just ice cream flavor, I'm going there. If I want good, fun ice cream with like things mixed into it,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going Ben & Jerry's.
The frozen yogurt.
But hear me.
Because that's where you put all your fun stuff, is a frozen yogurt shop.
No. But listen,
Ben & Jerry's is the frozen yogurt of ice cream.
but it's not. Yes, but it's not frozen yogurt here. But while I do think that there are some that are a little bit excessive, they also have really plain ones too, like cookie dough.
Oh, and it's good.
Do you know what I mean? It has
I think my
cookie
favorite
dough.
ice cream is cookie dough.
I think so too. But it has cookie dough and it has chocolate chips and vanilla ice cream.
That's
Like,
as
that's it.
complicated as I need. Except I do like fish food as well.
Yeah, that has
I'll tell you because I wrote it
vanilla
down.
and chocolate ice cream. Can I name it all? Vanilla
Yeah,
and chocolate
okay.
ice cream.
No, but it does have chocolate ice cream.
There's no vanilla.
Nope.
Okay, chocolate ice cream. It has marshmallows,
It
like
actually has.
swirls or fluff.
I'll take that for gooey marshmallow swirls.
Yeah.
I'm looking for 2 more.
Caramel.
Caramel swirls.
and fish, chocolate fish.
Fudge fish.
Yeah.
Dang, girl, what do you work for Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah, I do.
Ben and Kelly's? What is this?
Secretly,
You know the ingredients of
my favorite
all of these ice creams?
Yes, I do. But that, again, that's only 3 things mixed into the
yeah.
ice cream.
So you're saying this person's wrong?
Yes. I mean, hear me. There are some Ben and Jerry's. Like I said, everything but the kitchen sink. I think there's like 4 or 5 things in there. But like,
It's just like chewing on gravel.
well, there are some of them that do have quite a bit of things in there. For the most part, it's like 2 to 3 things in there, and they normally all go together quite well.
That is true.
Like they're really thoughtful in it in the way that they do that. And it's normally the things that you're looking for, and you're like, oh, it's so good. And those are my 2 favorite ice creams. The Tonight Dough, which I don't even know that exists anymore, and it's very sad.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, we didn't see it last time, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Jimmy
Fallon?
No, Jimmy Fallon. It's not Jimmy Fallon.
Stephen Colbert?
Yeah, his ice cream is now.
Americone Dream?
Yeah, is now there, which I don't like. That's
been there for a while.
There was a lot of that one when we went the last time to the store. And then fish food are my favorite. Tonight Dough and fish food. I love them.
They're good. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up too is I didn't know this, but I started hearing, like when I was listening to some of Ram Dass's lectures, he mentioned Ben and Jerry's. The 2 of them have been like activists, social activists forever.
Yeah.
And so when I was looking up the ingredients and stuff for this part, I'd realized stuff. They actually have a tab right in the header of their website that says activism. And so I want to throw this out there because I don't know of any other ice cream, I'm sure there is, but any other major ice cream that was like, hey, here's our flavors, here's what we do, how we do it, and also here's what's important to us, and here's how we help.
And sometimes they release flavors and they're like, all of the funds for this go to blah, blah, blah. Like that, at some point in time, they released a certain flavor recently where all of the funds went to abortion rights.
Right.
And there was one for the LGBTQ community at some point.
Well, let me just read. So I clicked on the activism tab. It's very quick. It says, issues we care about. Ben & Jerry's social mission seeks to eliminate injustices in our community by integrating these concerns into our day-to-day business activities. Movements we support: racial justice, fair trade, rights and dignity of refugees, democracy in our hands, campaign finance reform, LGBTQ plus rights, our non-GMO standards, our climate impact, and climate justice. And I was like, dang, ice cream, what's going on?
Are there any ice creams in there that are specific for those, that if you buy them a certain
I didn't look that far, but I'm sure there probably are.
I was just curious.
But here's the other thing that I thought was cool. There was a tab that said our progressive values. And here's what it said. I'll just break down some of the points. It said capitalism and wealth. Capitalism and the wealth it produces do not create opportunity for everyone equally. We recognize the gap between the rich and the poor is wider than at any time since the 1920s. I'm sorry, are we getting educated by ice cream? This is incredible.
Yes.
We strive to create economic opportunities for those who have been denied them and advance new models of economic justice that are sustainable and replicable. Amazing. Next point. By definition, they're acknowledging this even as their company. The manufacturing of products creates waste. We strive to minimize our negative impact on the environment. 2 more. The growing of food is overly reliant on the use of toxic chemicals and other methods that are unsustainable. We support sustainable and safe methods of food production that reduce environmental degradation, maintain the productivity of the land over time, and support economic viability of family farms in rural communities. Amazing. Last one, we seek and support nonviolent ways to achieve peace and justice. Again, these are people who are making ice cream but care.
And that's why we spend the extra dollars to buy Ben & Jerry's.
With all the ingredients. We seek to support nonviolent ways to achieve peace and justice. We believe government resources are more productively used in meeting human needs than in building and maintaining weapons systems. I was like, get it, Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So go buy Ben & Jerry's. And I'm going to look to see if they have a job opening, just for funsies. I'm just kidding.
As a person who can be quizzed on ingredients in their ice cream,
Maybe.
You'll fit right in. Well, that's it for this week's show. It's kind of a chill week coming up, but we have a lot of stuff in the next few weeks. Anything you're looking forward to that you can think through right now?
Getting my nails done on Thursday, and it's time because I broke one. For those of you looking, it's just uneven now because my pinky broke on my
How did you
hand.
break a nail, Cal? Was
Ripping
it manual
out-
labor?
Ripping out flooring,
Yeah.
carpet.
Because you're awesome. You're a
In the
strong,
condo.
independent woman.
That's right.
So you got your nails done coming up here. You're going to get your car back, hopefully. So I think as of now, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We'll let you know if we're still excited about it once we get it. And we're like, oh, this feels like it wasn't an accident. Who knows?
We'll tell you.
We'll tell you. You know, we've got more gigs and stuff coming up coming up soon. But this week, I think we're off this week in terms of gigs.
Thank goodness.
Which
we need
is
a break.
good.
I'm going to Herkle tomorrow.
Well, we be Herkling and we do be Dirkling, so you can get some rest. And I hope that you, listening, my friend, you get some rest.
Yeah.
That you find moments of joy, life, love, and happiness throughout your week. I hope that you're surrounded by people who love and encourage you and support the things that you do. I hope you have people in your life that when you're not there, in rooms you're not a part of, speak highly of you and speak up for you. And I hope you do the same for the people that you love. Most of all, I hope you spend most of your time
Hardly working. Bye.
We'll see you next time. Bye.